Greetings and welcome. This is your host, Wendy, and it's good to have you with me. I hope you're doing well out there. And welcome to my channel. And of course, this is my first video. And I thought I'd start my first video off by saying, first of all, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research and just know it's all for fun. And I'm going to start off my first reading with the Russian Rider-Waite Tarot. If you can see, I have kind of dim lighting in here, kind of experimenting with the lighting. It's written in Russian, so I thought that would be the perfect deck to use to find out if Donald Trump will be impeached. And the reason why I picked that subject of all things to talk about is because his ratings are plummeting, the stock market is plummeting. It appears that Trump and Congress and the Senate don't really know what's going on with Doge. There's just been a lot of chaos in the government lately, and there have actually been calls for impeachment. I know there's petitions going around right now. I don't have the link, but in the next reading I do about Trump, I'll definitely have some links for you. But this is my first video, so definitely keep that in mind. And what I'm going to do is kind of shuffle the cards and, dig in the cards and see what the cards can tell us about Donald Trump possibly being impeached. He may not be, just out of curiosity. And again, folks, this is for entertainment purposes only. I highly encourage you to do your own research. But, with the way things are and the way this country was set up, it's sort of not coinciding with what our Constitution says and how government should be ran. And there's just been a lot of dissatisfied people in society, with the protest and whatnot. And so I thought I'd look into the cards and kind of find out. What's going on with Donald Trump. And I shuffled the cards a good bit before I started this video because I didn't want to make it too long, but I am going to shuffle them some more. And again, with the lighting in here right now, I'm sure it'll be better in the next video. I'm kind of experimenting with the lighting in my room. And so, using the Russian tarot deck, the Russian Rider-Waite tarot deck, trying to figure out what's going on with Donald Trump. My question is, will he be impeached? I'll ask other questions too, but just kind of in general, something's going on here, popping out of my hand. Well, this card kind of popped up on its own, popped up by itself. And so, as you can see, it is the Ten of Pentacles upside down. Better lighting next time, people. Again, this is the Russian Tarot. And so, basically, if it were right side up, if this card were right side, right side up, it would mean inheritance, good things to come. But it popped up on its own reverse. So my guess is that Trump is losing money right now. Bad things are happening in regards to money. But really, we didn't need the cards to tell us that because, everybody could see what's going on with the stock market and whatnot. So, but as far as he's concerned and what's going on in his life, things aren't going well for him money-wise. Not at all. Apparently he's lost money. That's what this would indicate, that he's lost money recently. Okay, and that's actually what I've heard on the news. So, that would make sense. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of shuffle the cards a little bit and then, shuffle them some more and then cut them and do a spread, like a spread about, Donald Trump and what is to come for him. The first card basically told us that he is losing money right now. I didn't really even ask it a question. That card just kind of popped up. And what that card basically is referring to is he's losing money. Better lighting, like I said, next time in the next video. Kind of experimenting around with these LED lights, and I'll have it better next time. But, this will do for now. So, like I said, I shuffled them a good bit. before I started filming this video. So I'm gonna shuffle them a few more times and then cut the cards and see what it'll tell us about what is to come with Donald Trump. And a few more times, and I'll cut the cards. Alright, so again, this is the Russian Rider-Waite Tarot. I like to cut them 3 times myself. I really do. That's one. That's just a habit with me, too. And so I'll cut them 3 times and see what the cards say about Donald Trump. Alright, so let me ask it. Alright, we know what's going on with him, money-wise. He's not doing well. So what else can the card tell us about what's going on with Donald Trump at the moment? Ooh, this is the 6 of Wands upside down. If it were right side up like this, it would represent victory and being successful. But it appeared a reverse. So therefore, Donald Trump is not being successful right now. Oop, better lighting next time. And so, that's what's going on with him at the moment, is that he has lost his charm, and he is not doing well money-wise, and he's not having victory and success, and things just aren't good for him at the moment. But the question, the outcome will answer my question of, will he eventually be impeached? So what's going on as far as the political scene up in Washington and how everyone's handling him? That would be my next question. Ooh, it's the king of cups reversed. If this were right side up, it would represent, like an ethical man, that does have some secrecy to him, but, a successful man. But it came up reverse, so it popped up reverse. So there's a lot of men, because this represents a man, so it's probably more than one man up in Washington that really aren't happy with the way Trump is handling this, everything, especially with the tariffs. There's what did the Wall Street Journal call it? What, the dumbest tariff war in history or something like that? So, yeah, there's people up in Washington real upset with him right now. That's what's going on in Washington regarding Trump. They might be telling you one thing on the news, but behind closed doors, it is a different story. Okay, what will be my next question? Okay, we asked, what's going on with him, how people review him in Washington. What's going on with the lawsuits? There's been lawsuits that he has not been winning. If you go to a channel right here on YouTube called Legal AF and another one called Talking Feds, those are 2 people that worked in government one's a former federal prosecutor, and the other one I think is a federal judge or lawyer, something like that. I just can't remember their names right offhand. Check those that channel out. Legal AF is the first one, and then the Talking Feds. And you'll see what I mean. They know what's going on with these lawsuits regarding Trump. So what do the cards have to say about it? Ooh, Trump is losing. Okay, this represents regret and disappointment, but it's mainly the card of regret. It's the 5 of Cups. And so Trump has done something that he truly regrets, and he's feeling it in the courtrooms right now, in the lawsuits that he's going through. So that's what's going on as far as with Trump himself and how he feels about everything. He's done something that he truly regrets, and I think he knows instinctively that the Supreme Court, whatever mess he's gotten himself into now, they're probably not going to get him out of. SCOTUS is probably not going to save him from it. Okay, what's kind of going out of Trump's life right now? Okay, this is the page of Cups reversed. And if it were right side up, it would represent a positive messenger, okay? But apparently somebody came in recently and gave him some bad news, right? And he's stuck with that bad news. And so that's what's going out of his life right now. This is what he's trying to get rid of, this bad news that he was handed. And it was probably had something to do with what he did that he ended up regretting, because he's not doing well in the courts because people in Washington don't like what he's doing. So, what's coming in to Trump's? This might be the time to ask. Will he be impeached? Will he be held accountable for what he's doing right now? And the answer would be yes, he will be, because he is not mad. This is the two of pentacles, and if it were right side up, it would mean that he would be able to balance everything, and everything would be harmonious, and he would at least be able to keep his head above water. But because it came up reverse, and you saw me shuffle the cards, so I shuffled them a good bit. That means, yeah, he could very well be impeached, because the balance you see in when it's right side up, that means some type of balance. It came up reverse, so therefore there's some type of imbalance going on. So yes, it's very possible that people in Washington, including Republicans, could possibly impeach Trump, because they have to go back and answer to their constituents, and their constituents are not happy right now, especially veterans, and you can't really blame them. Okay, so what type of situation will Trump find himself in the future, legal wise? He'll be dealing with a black woman. Sometimes the Queen of Cups can actually represent a woman of color, a woman of justice, somebody who has literally the cup in her hand. This will be better lighting next time, people. And so that's where he's gonna find himself, later on down. That's gonna be the influence surrounding him in the near future. He's gonna be at the mercy of a woman, and I guarantee you it's one of the judges that he's dealing with in court right now. See, this is my first video, people, so just gotta bear with me. I'm trying to see where I can put the cards where you can see it. Okay, and what type of environment will Trump find himself in the near future? Ooh, the the uh, the three of swords upside down. If it were right side up, it would represent um, betrayal, chaos, heartbreak, and possibly death. However, it came up reverse, so the environment that Trump will find himself in the near future is just going to be absolutely devastating to him. He will lose in court, and yes, he may very well get impeached. Look at that. It looks like a heart is being impeached. And it came up reverse. So yeah, Trump could very well get impeached. That's what that card means. It would mean yes. He would. Okay, and what is he trying to avoid right now more than anything else? What is he trying to avoid? We know he's trying to avoid court and everything, and he goes into hiding when he doesn't have much to say about how bad the economy's gotten since he's been in office. So, what is he trying to avoid right now? Ooh, this is the Page of Wands, and sometimes this can represent someone of a foreign country. Perhaps this card can represent Putin. It can also represent a messenger or someone sending him a message, possibly through the mail or email. So he's trying to avoid someone in a foreign country right now. That someone possibly in a foreign country that he's trying to avoid, that possibly was trying to give him a message. And really, when you think about it, ever since the whole thing with the Ukraine, recently Putin stepped in and he took his own action against, what Trump, had said he wanted. I don't know the whole story. I just remember, seeing it hearing about it on the Midas Touch podcast. By the way, folks, that is the number one podcast in America, and you can find it right here on YouTube. It's MEIDAS Midas Touch. And very good. They have a lot of information about what's going on. But yeah, Trump is trying to avoid someone from a foreign country, and my guess it would be Putin. Someone who's trying to give him a message. He is trying to avoid this person. It might be somebody else. It might not be Putin. It might be somebody else. And so again, I'm going to go back. This will be the final outcome card. And so, as far as the whole question of me asking, will Trump be impeached? This is the card that's going to tell us, will he be impeached? And the answer is yes, he will, because this is the Ace of Cups reversed. If it were right side up, it would represent good news and good things to come, and moving on to good things. And it would represent yes if it were right side up. But it came up reversed. So the answer is, of course, yes, because um, if it came reverse like it has, that means really bad news is coming his way. And therefore, that would be a yes, because bad news in Trump's situation is he could get impeached. So that's kind of how I see it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to ask the cards, kind of slip in a question about what's going on with Elon Musk. I mean, what is it about we Americans that Elon Musk just really cannot stand? I mean, what is it about us that he just does not like? Ooh, that card flipped upside down, flipped up by itself. Well, he thinks we're too fast paced. Um, we're too, we Americans are too, well, that can also represent information, but I think in our cases, we're a fast-paced society, and things are always coming and going both ways. These arrows are going there, going here. That's kind of how it is in American life. We're really fast-paced. Maybe he doesn't like that. I don't know. Let me ask it again. What is it about? If anybody can interpret that in a different way, uh, do so in the comments. But as far as what he doesn't like about Americans, because that card normally references to information, sending information, and things coming in fast, something coming in real fast. Maybe there's something going on with him regarding the American judicial system that's coming in fast, and he doesn't like that. So I'll ask it again. What is it about? The fact that we all know he's corrupt. He's out to make money in any way he can. He doesn't seem to have a whole lot of respect for the law. So what is it about America in general that he just really, because he doesn't like us. It's real obvious. People go in this country, went out of their way to make this man rich, and this is the kind of treatment they get in return. So what is it about Elon Musk that he doesn't like about America? Charity. He does not like the fact that this country is charitable, and that is why he is trying to kill Medicare and Medicaid and the SNAP program, and not wanting to help veterans, and cutting out all the programs that help the environment. He absolutely hates charity. This is the Six of Pentacles. If it were right side up, you see it would represent someone who is being charitable to the less fortunate. You can kind of see the man giving coins to the less fortunate, but because it was reversed, that means he's just absolutely against it. He just hates the fact that America is a charitable country, and it's because there's a lot of good people that live here in America, a lot better people than he'll ever be. Like Marilyn Manson, for instance. Very good guy compared to Elon Musk. And I love how horror writer Stephen King comes out and just calls Trump down on his bluff. I'm trying to think of some more scary people that I can tell you that are a lot better than Elon Musk. But I'm sure if you can think of any, you can leave them in the comments. But of course, again, folks, this was for entertainment purposes only. I highly encourage you to do your own research. And I'm also giving a big plug to three YouTube channels, which is the Midas Touch Network. Definitely check them out. They have a podcast too. And Legal AF is another channel on here you can check out to get the latest on what's going on with Trump and the lawsuits and this, that, and the other. And the other one's called the Talking Feds. So definitely check those channels out. And I will see you have a great week, rest of your day, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be in this world. And I will see you in the next video.